'cause, hey, hey, hold this moment close. Ain't no utopia nowhere. It's just the bluest sky there'll be, and just the brownest earth we share. I gotta hold this moment close. Ain't no utopia. Welcome to the Piper Carter podcast. You can let it play just a little bit. We're listening to the new Georgia Anne Muldrow, and this is the project. It's called Friday. Okay, awesome. This is one song though called Friday, right? Yeah. So, what's the name of the project?
The name of the project is called Make Sure Planet of the Blues Part 1. It's a collaboration project between Georgia Anne Muldrow and Keith Rice. So together they make a duo called Little Black Kids, and this is their music. The song is called Friday. Yeah.
So dope. Feels like Friday.
Right?
Yeah, I love Georgia Anne Muldrow. She's like one of my favorite artists.
Yeah, y'all put me on her last year, and I like fell in love with her music on Bandcamp this year. Man,
Yeah, they call her the female Dilla.
I see why.
Yeah, this is cool. So, when did you hear it?
For the first time, I think I heard it. It literally just dropped. I feel like the first time I heard it was maybe Saturday or Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
How did you hear it?
I saw it playing on someone's Instagram story, and I was like, "She has a new song." So I went to go find it, and then I found a whole EP.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, did you? How long did you listen to it?
I listened to the whole thing. I liked it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I love most of her work that she puts out, especially her beats. I don't know what she contributed to in this project, but I can definitely hear her influence in the production totally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's I only just heard it today. As we were playing it, it's got a nice like variety to it. You know, it's like a little bit different. Some of her other work has been for me. I think super reflective, and I feel like this one has a bit more. What's the word I'm trying to think of? Um, I hate to say commercial vibe,
You
but
think so?
no, it's not commercial vibe. It's hard to explain. Maybe more public appeal.
Okay.
I feel like this. I feel like what I heard off today had a lot more what I would consider public appeal. Like, a lot of the music that, at least for me, her music it's like really strong. So it's like either you really love it or you're just like, because she just makes so much music.
Yeah.
And so it's just like music, music, music. But I feel like this feels, what I heard today feels more like a project, like a thought out project. Like, okay, I'm going to put this project out. So a lot of her other music, it sounds more like this was a cool song, that was a cool song, that was a cool song. And then we put them all together and I'm going to just put this out.
This one feels more themed to you.
Or more like produced.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, like a lot of times it feels like she's just like made a beat or made some music and then just like immediately put it out. But this one feels like there was actual like production involved. I don't know.
I feel like all of her music is pretty intentional. I was actually watching one of
I don't mean not intentional though. I mean like produced. Like it's in the studio and it's got like a lot of mastering to it.
Oh, okay.
I mean this project.
Yeah. Yeah.
More than her other ones. I feel like the other ones feel more like she just made the beat and then like uploaded it or something. Whereas like this one feels more like it had a lot of mastering to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Shout out to Always First Class Media.
Yeah, shouts out.
I said the same thing, that it sounded in my mind. I was saying that it sounded like a movie soundtrack. I think that's a pretty dope sound. So I get what you guys are saying about it being, produced. You guys are more familiar with her music than I am.
Yeah, I love her. One of my favorite songs ever of hers is this song called Seeds, Seeds. And she's like, you better look out for the seeds, you know? So I'm like, did you just turn me down, Brittany?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, just turn on my headphones then. Yeah, it's like it's a song called Seeds, and that song is so like beautiful, where she's like, we got to look out for the seeds, and it's like, this song has like a sound to it, like you can hear the seeds growing or something. It's like really weird, but it's like it's so beautiful to me. And then she has another song, Roses. I love that song. She has a remix with Most Def. You know that song?
That song is dope.
Oh my
That's
God,
one of
I
the
love that
songs
song.
I ran into.
Those are like two of my favorites. Who is that there? Shouts out to Rania Soul.
What's up, Rania?
Oh, she said that's an interesting perspective.
Welcome.
Yeah. Oh my God, love Georgia Anne Muldrow. I love that she puts out music like all the time.
She's always working.
She's always working. So like when you said,
Like
she put out a new project, I was like, oh, let me go check, because I usually follow on her social media, but I haven't really been on social media honestly the last like 2 weeks. I've just been like offline, honestly, just like at home chilling.
Is this the first episode since the Gregorian New Year?
No, we did one for the New Year, because we did with Asa. Or did we do before the New Year?
No, that was at the end of December.
Wait, this is our first New Year show, isn't it?
Is it? Wait,
I
hold
think
on.
so.
When was
Happy
this
New Year,
posted?
everyone.
Happy New Year.
Yeah,
Wait,
you're right. December 28th. So we didn't do one this year because I was
Wow.
I
We've
needed
been
a
getting
break.
into the groove of things.
Yeah, I needed a break coming into the new year. I need to relax a little bit. Some self-care.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I haven't even been on social media.
Yes.
So
I
you
didn't
just
even think about it.
So happy New Year.
Happy New Year, y'all.
Confetti.
We gotta get some sparkling apple cider. Have a
know,
party
literally.
and throw some confetti up. Woo. Yeah, but so what's okay, so since we haven't been here, like what have you guys been doing since the new year? Yeah, happy new year, y'all. What have y'all been doing since the new year?
Drinking more water, getting his skin back clear.
Okay, that's what's up.
That's been my focus too.
You too? Yeah, I'm
breaking
always
out,
focused on that.
Gotta get it together. Had to readjust everything.
Same.
Really?
I'm feeling good though. I'm feeling real good. These last few weeks have been great mentally.
So. Yeah, for me as well. And we're in retrograde, so it's like,
Does that bring us into the astrology report?
It could, I truncated the report just so that we could talk about the topics a little bit longer. So, yesterday was MLK Day. So happy MLK Day to everyone. He said more intentional self-care for sure. Yeah. And so yesterday was MLK Day. So, it's for me a day of reflection. I remember growing up, we always had to fight to get an MLK Day, like in the 70s and the early 80s before we actually, got it, properly installed, if you will. But I feel like, yeah, it was also a day of just like reflection in general, because we had a full moon in Cancer, which was on the 17th. So that was what was kind of going on this week. And so this full moon in Cancer right now, I learned that Pluto is pretty active. And Pluto is a planet that can bring up things that are like in the shadows. And so I guess we would call it like shadow work. So things that are either hidden from yourself, or things that are buried, or things that deeper things that you are hesitant to confront, but that maybe we need to confront, like it's a time to,
dig into that kind of stuff. So, um, full moons are also portals. Like, I know I say that all the time, but they're portals, and they're times of a portal is a time when it's like an opening. So it's also a time that you can do a lot of releasing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, I think it's a time we can pay attention, to if we look at it like in terms of our power, um, like pay attention to where we are feeling like powerless, and then where do we need to, like gain more power or like take more control, and and then where do we need to like release power and release control. So, I don't know if any of that resonates for y'all at all.
I love shadow work. It's like my favorite. Like, it's challenging, right? When you think we all think we like know ourselves so much.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's always repetitive that something hits us in the face that we don't know about ourselves unconsciously.
Mm-hmm.
And I think those moments are important to really reflect on and to think about instead of getting down or instead of getting defensive with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Fix it, because if it comes to the forefront as a thought, as something, if a thought comes to the forefront, and it's you learning something about yourself unconsciously, it came to yourself for a reason. So give yourself, to me, those props, like during this process.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Give yourself those props of being able to see it, because seeing it is the first step. If you can see something, that means there's a solution for it already. You should think like that. So I love that. I think that definitely resonates with me.
Mm-hmm. How about you, Deja?
Yeah. Excuse me. I agree. I definitely noticed that I was more moody. I don't have any water in my chart at all. So,
I got it all for you.
yeah. Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I don't have any water, and I just noticed that I was like just agitated because things were coming up that did have deep roots that I had to address and resolve and just kind of work through in order to like navigate through the beginning of this new moon, so or full moon. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I definitely feel that.
You pipe.
Yeah. I will say that it's interesting. The last couple weeks I've been doing a lot of just like reflection in general. And what's funny is I say shoot, now I was like 25. There like 25 years ago when I was 25. Um I started doing a lot of like work on myself. And I remember when let me think. I think it was going into 2000. Um, remember there was the whole Y2K, uh, like I don't want to say scare, but it was like everyone was on the Y2K thing. And I just remember I was like, yeah, when 2000 comes in, like I don't want to like drink alcohol. I don't want to smoke any weed. I don't want to, I just want to be clean. And I literally just like in my 20s I suffered from like really severe depression, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to do any of that. And then I just like stopped. Like I didn't smoke or drink like as soon as 2000 came in. And then I did have like a certain, like clarity, it was like a lot of clarity I had. And I think it was good for me because it balanced my body chemistry and everything. And I had already been, like not eating meat, but um that's when I really went hard in the paint with like nutrition and self-care, my sleep, my yoga practice. And I think all those things really helped me to like go really deep, especially like doing meditation, stuff like that. And I feel like I was able to like confront like a lot of stuff. And so like recently I started this next level, I guess, on my spiritual journey. And it's funny because I'm in like a group with other folks like doing it, and there was like a question around like going to your child self, and then I was just like, I went to my altar to like talk to my mom, and I was just like, you know what's interesting is like I did like a lot of these other, I have to remember a lot of these other young people, they're like younger. So I've already done like this part of like digging into like, you know what I mean? Like your
Mhm.
childhood traumas and dramas and things like that,
Yeah, and working all that stuff.
and working a lot of that stuff out. And I'm just like, and I remember reading a book or maybe an article or something that was like, yeah, like if you've been like working through some things, you don't have to like continuously confront a lot of things, because it's at a certain point it's like rehashing, or so I think a practice that I've been doing is like when I do my shadow work, it's like I don't have to keep going back to like a moment, if that makes sense. There's like other parts of myself that I can like work on or like dig into or like, ask questions about or confront. Um but anyway, that was like a long-winded way of just saying like, yeah, I've been just doing a lot of reflection, or especially over the last like couple weeks, because like again, I'm gonna be 50 in like a week and a half or something like that. So it's like, wow, like all of these, you start to like look at all these different parts of yourself, you know what I mean, when you're doing shadow work, and just be like, yeah, like, am I over this thing, or am I, am I handling this properly? So I don't know.
No, I'm with you. And speaking of that, I'm trying to see the date of our next podcast. I'm trying to see here. Let's
So it
see.
says always first class says I need to have a chart done for myself. And what does the bottom one say?
Prince was in heavy rotation in 1999.
Prince was in heavy rotation 1999. Yeah. Prince was in heavy rotation 1999. Yeah.
Yeah, birth charts are great. Like I said, I'm water, water, fire. So I have to, those reflective moments, retrograde, that's like a current thing in my life just because of my birth chart, and which makes moments like these a little bit more easier. But
Yeah. Oh, actually, so for folks who want to get a birth chart, there's it's called Astrology. I might be spelling it, but it's Rob Brezhny, and his site is called Astrology. Or you can um he does some really good ones. Like he's like one of my favorite. I know he's Caucasian or whatever, but he does like he does like some really good ones. Oh, peace, Mom and Gia.
I'd also like to shout out
peace.
Anne Ortley. She's a really good one. I follow her on Twitter, and she also has a podcast, but she will tweet like the times of something. Like when a planet moves into another planet. I'm gonna go to, she made an hour, I'm sorry, a tweet an hour ago. She said Moon in Leo says sesquiquadrate Mars in Sagittarius has a cranky quality to the shift taking place. Leo moon feels disrespected by Mars. Mars is focusing on the big picture or his vision and not taking her feelings into account. Slow down, listen, connect to the heart's energy. And she'll give like just good advice to get through whatever's happening in the in the stars above. And it's always relevant for me. Like when I was really frustrated, what was that, yesterday? We had our carpet cleaned, and there was a miscommunication between my mom and I about like a rug that she wanted him to clean and where I placed it. So for whatever reason, it just bothered me deeply because we always have like miscommunication problems. But as soon as I realized, like, oh, like this is like, the stars at play here.
What do you mean, the retrograde?
The retrograde, and then I think something had just like conjunct something else, and like that was happening, and she tweeted about like just slowing down and listening and not being angry, and I was like, wow, yeah, I need to do that. That was crazy. It was just like so coincidental.
And this is like so random, but you had your carpet clean, but they were cleaning a rug.
Yeah, so my mom had this huge art van rug that she got for me before they went out of business, and I rolled it up and put it in my bathroom so that the guy could clean like my bedroom carpet.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so she wanted him to clean like the huge rug that was in my room too. And I didn't understand where it was supposed to go because the whole carpet was going to be wet, and I was like, how is it going to dry if we put it out and then the carpet underneath the rug is going to be wet? I was just really confused about how she wanted it to go down. So that's how that happened.
Mm. Well, but you guys worked it out, or
Mhm.
okay, that's what's up.
Mhm.
As long as you worked it out in the end.
Yeah, we just had to get through that moment. But it was just funny, like I said, Anne had just tweeted about like a miscommunication because of something going conjunct, and just to slow down and like just chill out.
Just relax a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's too on point.
Yeah, that's good. That's good advice. In general.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we can switch topics now. So well, we were gonna talk about the artist of the week. We did a little bit. Was there any more that you wanted to add for Georgia Anne Muldrow?
No, I mean, I think Georgia is great. I think that it's pretty cool that she's our artist of the week, because Piper, you've been talking about her for years. But since we're on the topic of music, right? Grammys is coming up. And a lot of people say they don't care about Grammys. A lot of people say they still care about Grammys. But I do think the Grammys are interesting because it highlights good music. And there's a lot of good categories. So as we get a little bit closer, because I don't think it's into the award shows into I think February, we should kind of talk about some of the interesting artists that were nominated this year. Best hip hop album, there's gonna be Nas, there's gonna be Y'all Boy Ye, J. Cole, there's gonna be Tyler the Creator, and just it's a kind of cool to see them actually kind of dip and dabble in between the artistry of hip hop and kind of get it right. I think all the people that were nominated look great. But with that being said, at the top,
did you name any women?
I did not name any women.
Uh-oh.
Little Sims might have been nominated.
Because I was about to say, because Little Sims.
Let's see if she was. That album is hard.
Her album is great.
It's one of the greatest.
Yeah.
Actually, she made a lot of people's 2021 album of the year list. Like when you go on YouTube, look at all the YouTube algorithms. A lot of people were like, men were like, listen, you can't talk hip hop if you don't give Little Sims
Little Sims, like she was her project was great. Who else did something last year that I would actually love? I mean, a lot of people did things, but
you got to remember on the Nas album, right? Lauryn Hill made a debut, right? She rapped,
and that's the old project, because he just dropped the other project.
Magic.
Yeah.
The 3 projects with Hit Boy in less than 2 years. Right. So and he
said there's another one coming.
Yeah, I heard that too. Yeah. So I say all that to say, since we're still on the topic of music, so yesterday we were kind of like talking about the show, doing our production meeting, and we were talking about misogyny. We always
you could take down that slide too.
Oh, that's true. I can. We always talk about misogyny, and we're very careful. Deja and I have similar taste. She puts me on a lot of stuff, and we dip and dabble, and we know what stuff to bring to Piper, to say the least, right? So we were talking about Cordae, who is an up and coming rapper. He started off with a group called YBN. And
what does that stand for?
Oh, that is full-fledged misogynist. No, not really. It's what is it? YBN. Not YBN. What is the name of that group? Dang, I'm getting YBN mixed up with YBN Cordae. What is YBN? Young, what is it?
We got
Young something niggas. But long story short, so he's in this group, right? And these kids all met through gaming, right? And streaming. And they decided to form this like collective. They weren't even from the same states. They all had like a different sound. And one was like a silly hip hop. Young Boss Niggas is what it stood for. So they all put the YBN in front of their name. So it was YBN Amir, YBN Almighty, or My Almighty J, he dated Black China. That's what actually like got him popular. And then Cordae, YBN Cordae, which was like the level-headed one of the group, right? He could really spit bars. Like all the rappers like really liked him because he made a song like in response of like older people hating on the younger generation's music, and kind of like bridge the gap in between the relationship between, you know, older guys and younger guys that rap. But Cordae kind of decided that he was going to branch from the YBN because it kind of like not distorted his brand, but you know, the things that he raps about, and you look at the other two members, it was like kind of different. So he dropped the YBN. He started doing a lot of work with Dr. Dre. He did an album, I think, a couple years ago.
When you say a lot of work with Dr. Dre, like, what do you mean?
Oh man, like I think what Dr. Dre produced a few songs on the last album, right? He's always in the studio with Dr. Dre. When I say always, meaning like, I mean, I would say once a quarter at the least. Like you see them like together. And he just has a really good reputation. So because of that, we decided that we were going to do misogyny ratings as a segment. So we're going to play Piper a little bit of LA Leakers Freestyle, which is a platform radio shows nowadays, just in case our listeners don't know. They use, which Hot 97 has done for forever, right? They use the freestyling platform to, you know, advertise or market a rapper's or a singer's up and coming album, right? And it creates
Sway
a lot
does
of noise.
it.
Yeah, Sway does it too.
Mm-hmm.
So LA Leakers has become one of the platforms where artists go on when they're about to drop or they want to get hot, that they go on. And so we're gonna play. He did an 8-minute freestyle over 3 beats. So I'm gonna try to like play you a little bit of each. I'm queuing in now.
Not the whole 8 minutes.
No. Like I said, I'm gonna try to play you a little bit off of like each beat.
Okay.
Yeah. Queuing in now. Let's see.
Oh yeah, Rock, Sharecropper's Daughter. Yes, that album is fire too.
Mm-hmm. All right, here we go.
Million by age 20 with slave money. When I signed my first deal, I was hungry and played dummy. Till I started high level and signed fly rebels who buy bezels. The truth is they want you to die ghetto, but fuck it, prevail. Never tucking your tail. Remember last summer, them crackers had me stuck in the jail. Up in Louisville, nigga, but I'm stunting for real. I got out into the jet for the double XL. Won't stop it. The young prophet who drops knowledge, who copped the Maybach with the hydraulics. I'm psychotic, I'm diabolic, try psychedelic. I never try to relish in the sweet moments like a diabetic. Hurry up, nigga, fly medic, cause I'm too sick, I'm too rich. New car,
I'm gonna get into the next beat in a second.
Oh, there we go. I heard one.
We Uber Eats, Ruth Chris. New phone, who's this? Never call again. Your favorite rap, I will slaughter him. I'm talking about all of them.
All right, here we go.
Problems, why I drop RNP? My cars ain't leased, them Rari keys I took back, cause that shit was slowly becoming a part of me. I keep it real, bring it back to the roots. You niggas acting a fool. All white is the range, matte black is the coupe. Fuck the fame, dog, we after the loot. And I was born with all that shit that y'all lack in the booth. You got no confidence, I rose to prominence, straight dominance. I ain't with that fake kicking shit, let's keep it ominous. That dark energy, bring back the park memories. I already defeated pain and fought misery and bought victory. My nigga, my car's literally a spaceship that takes off to Mars quickly. I expeditiously done killed the game. Put your fucking hands up if you feel the same. Like Jada and Styles P, I got the key to the lock.
Yeah.
Still thinking about that cash, knee deep in the box.
Okay.
We getting real money, nigga, ain't no reason to stop. Got them crackers in first class, fucking people my watch. Asking questions, I done clash with legends. Whether past or present, I'm that nigga forever. Difference is my lyrics is dope, spirit is better. My figures in cheddar, I get it from ambitious endeavors. My venture Coretta, my niggas is waiting.
One.
Oh, I get it, you niggas
What, go back, what did he say about her?
Getting real money, nigga, ain't no reason to stop. Got them crackers in first class, fucking people my watch. Asking questions, I done clash with legends. Whether past or present, I'm that nigga forever. Difference is my lyrics is dope, spirit is better. My figures in cheddar, I get it from ambitious endeavors. My venture Coretta, my niggas is wait. Oh, I get it. Do some more, man.
Yeah, we 2 for.
All right, here we go.
Heartbreaker, real nigga, day faker. With a Belichick, I'm a playmaker. I'm a money getting ass lord nigga. If you disagree, then they haters. It's like, how do I come from the trick as the wang of Vinci? I promise my nigga is nothing. Having the people resent me to count on blue Benji. Shut up, it's the end of discussion. I was just talking to Kodak. He told me I'm goated. My nigga, I can't tell a lie.
Yeah.
My life's a Kodak moment. Fuck up my opponent. I promise to sell televised. Same nigga from the Fridays. Same nigga from the hood. Beat all the eyes. Remember the first time I first met Hov and Nas. Turn about peace to the gods. I'm not from this earth. I'm berserk. My mom, she ain't give birth. My bitch fall in love.
Okay.
Whenever.
Yeah. All right. That was 3 times. All right, thoughts, Deja, starting with you, and then you have to give
You
it.
had Nas energy, so I get it. Not saying that's acceptable or anything, because Nas is a little violent, but
And misogynistic.
yes, yeah, but it's the culture. It's fucked up. Neo recently said that
We love you too. Detroit is different.
the singer Neo recently said that "You My Bitch" has replaced "I Love You" in music today.
Say that again.
Neo, the singer, said "You My Bitch" has replaced "I Love You" in today's music. So listening to that freestyle,
We all know who Cordae's quote unquote bitch is too, right?
Yeah, Naomi Osaka, which congratulations to her. She just returned back to tennis and won.
Yay.
But the last tournament she had recently.
They're so cute together. But I wonder how when girls that date guys like rappers, when they hear that, like what they think. Like I wonder if she thinks it's funny when he calls her.
Having dated one, it's not flattering, but I mean, you get it's the culture. I mean, I just wonder what her family thinks because he's on Front Street.
I know, right?
But yeah.
Misogyny rating on a scale of 1 to 10.
See, the thing is, it's difficult for me to give a rating like just with that because I would have to listen to more
of him,
of just the whole like his whole catalog and project.
Let's rate of what you heard,
but just from the 3 like piece snippets, just from the 3 snippets that I heard, I gotta give him at least like a 7 because it's like 3 for 3.
Wow.
That's heavy.
I mean, just because it's like 3 for 3, right? Like, but that's just because like I said, I haven't heard his whole catalog, so it's not based on like all his music. It's not even based on like his entire project. You know what I mean? It's just based on the fact that, okay, you played me 3 snippets, and out of the 3 snippets, each one of them had misogyny in it. So it's like, that's pretty high.
I'm with you.
3 for 3.
You know what I'm saying? It's like 3 for 3. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
That's funny. That is funny.
But I could understand how people would be confused that he's not misogynistic. Like,
well, even
but that's misogynistic speak is what I'm saying.
Yeah, Brittany compared him to J. Cole last night, and I was already like, when she said that, because he can be.
Yeah, he can be for sure. J. Cole can be. Well, I'll say
Remy Ma is misogynistic. Like Meg Thee Stallion is misogynistic. Cardi B is misogynistic.
Nicki Minaj is too. Yeah.
Nicki Minaj is misogynistic. Like, so it's not like, I hope I don't make it seem like
this is gonna be such a fun segment of finding someone who is super dope and that isn't, so the rating can go down.
It's not the fact that like I guess for me as an older person, it is the fact of like calling someone a B word. But I think in the first one, what I didn't like was like there's this, the line had, I mean, not to say that this is his lifestyle or that he adheres to this or this is even what he believes in. It's just the line itself basically made a suggestion that like, of like, what's the word that I'm trying to use? Because I don't want to like offend people, but that, like we know that he's in a committed relationship, but the line made a suggestion that he isn't, if that makes sense. That it's like that he has like all these women, like a roster, just waiting for him to you know what I mean? Like it was like, it's just, for me that's misogyny, because it's like this idea that like
I think Hove is the only rapper
women
that
are like lined up
stuff like that. Hove, he's the only one.
He's the worst
anymore. I'm saying he doesn't say shit like that anymore. He doesn't talk about having a plethora of women anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
Anymore.
Okay. I mean, to me, Cordae, 2 out of 3 was my B, right? I thought all 3 were kind of like centered around Naomi being his.
No, not that first line.
Star of his life.
That first line was like, they're lined up and just waiting for me. They're in the line. It's like,
On a scale of 1 to 10, my rating for Cordae, because I do know his catalog is hard through his music and that whole freestyle, I would give him a 4 out of 10, or 3. As far as flashy talk, but because it was a freestyle, I think it was easier. I think he freestyled that. It's hard to tell sometimes, but I would give his like bragging and bodacious more of a rating than the misogyny level. You know what I mean? He talked a lot, like every 3, all 3, he kind of queued up what he really wanted to say in his vocab based off of stunting a little bit, like talking about his car. Like each one, it was like him talking about his cars, like which when you freestyle, it's kind of easy to kind of brag, get your confidence up, and then like kind of start playing with your words and flow. So I respect it.
Just curious, if you give him a 3, where would you put Larry June?
Oh man, Larry is like a 6.
A 6?
Okay, a 5.
No,
5?
he's literally an 8 or a 9.
Man, but you know Larry. Oh, an 8 or a 9? Well, I've heard way worse.
We're saying 10
okay,
is the
so
highest level.
Juicy
here, right?
J is like a 10.
Okay.
Let's be clear.
Okay.
Juicy J, like Wayne is like a strong 10.
Boosie
is a 12.
A 45.
Boosie breaks the scale.
Yeah, he breaks the scale.
He breaks the scale
Okay,
for sure.
and then like a Nas is like a 3, right? 3 in his music? No.
In his life.
Well,
you're right. I am bringing in personal shit because I can't.
In his music compared from Juicy J to Nas, like come on, like that's like a 3 or 4, right?
No, I don't know. Because the thing is, misogyny in a way.
No, like lying is that's like saying lying is lying. No, like if you lie about like not taking the trash out, but then you lie about like doing something much worse.
What's much worse than not taking out the trash?
A lot of things. Did you rob this bank? No, I didn't rob this bank.
No, what about Big Pun?
Oh, baby.
No, come on now.
Come on. What's that song? Play it. I don't want to be a player no more.
Big Pun's not with us.
Does that song bring Big Pun's misogyny level down? I don't want to be a player no more. I don't want to be a player.
No, because what's the line right after that? I just crush a lot.
Oh yeah, I just crush a lot.
And crush is like
hurting girls. Yeah,
but yeah, I don't want to talk about Big Pun because he's not with us.
Like, I love Pun. Shout out Pun though.
Yeah,
Pun was a good
one of my favorite
Pun was
songs ever.
cold. Yeah, Pun was cold. So I thought that was fun.
Yeah,
I think Polaris. Shout out to Polaris suggesting of us doing that is cool.
Pilar, we want to send you some healing energy. Hope you feel better.
Hugs.
Yeah, I want you to feel a lot better, Pilar.
Yeah.
Hopefully she'll be with us next week. We miss you, Pilar.
This is gonna be a really short show, and it's gonna sound like it's my show because the rest of the topics are things that I was gonna talk about. Like
you're part of the show,
weird.
darling.
It's a little weird. Okay, then let's move on. So we're gonna go kind of into something that happened 5 days ago, which is the Supreme Court ruling. And let me cue something really quick for you guys to give it some context.
Yeah, so which Supreme Court ruling are you talking about?
The vaccine mandates. So OSHA and the CMA, which are the OSHA is for occupational public health of workers, and then you got the Medicaid, the agencies that are pardon me.
Take down Cordae's picture.
Oh, sorry Cordae, you got to go away now.
Yeah,
we got to put something else up cooler, like this.
Cooler.
So basically they decided that they, and including Joe Biden, federal government felt as if that they had, from my perspective, this is all from my perspective, the federal government felt as if they had done everything from when they're going on a campaign run and they want people invested in voting, right? They spend a lot of money into, hey, your favorite rapper's telling you to vote, your favorite ice cream stand is giving out ice cream if you vote. So they felt as if from a federal level, they had pumped a lot of energy into people understanding the importance of taking the vaccine, and they felt as if that even with all of that focus, they kind of dropped the ball when it came to the rates that people across the country were getting vaccinated. So they felt that one of the things that could help that are imposing mandates. And those mandates were for all healthcare workers. And those mandates were also going to affect any private company that employed more than 100 people. They felt as if the only way to, again, bypass getting more people vaccinated is imposing these mandates. Now, this mandate also came with a disclaimer that if you did not want to get vaccinated, that you would have to be tested weekly, that your employer wasn't going to be required to pay for that testing. And let's just say down south, a lot of people started automatically putting lawsuits together.
I do want to say that as far as like the weekly testing, that has been implemented in some of the workplaces up here.
100%, right? Like, again, like it's, let's just say,
I don't think it's mandated, but I think it's implemented here.
It's implemented spotty, right? This is going to be an election, a huge election point for not Jennifer Granholm, I'm funny. Whitmer, right, who's had a lot of issues here in Michigan with what we'll say stretch right-wing, Republicans who didn't even want to follow mask mandates, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here in the state of Michigan, it's quite ironic that we don't have mandates for vaccinations, right? It's some companies, to Piper's point, are requiring it. Down south, right, the Floridas of the world, the Texas of the world, right? These are some of the places that were kind of fighting it. So here we are, I would say mid-year or going into fourth quarter, where I'm not going to say who my employer is, but even my employer started giving notice of saying, hey, if the federal government passes this, you are going to start having to collect vaccine statuses of people you manage, and we're going to need your vaccine status as well. Okay. So I'm going to play you guys a small little clip.
A few minutes ago, the Supreme Court of the United States blocked President Biden's vaccine mandate for large private businesses. But in a separate case, the court ruled that the mandate for healthcare workers at facilities which receive federal funds will stand. Companies with 100 or more employees, large companies, the mandate required all employees in those firms to get vaccinated or to submit to weekly COVID testing in order to enter the workplace. It also required unvaccinated workers to wear masks while indoors at work. The Supreme Court overturned that, and we want to bring in ABC News senior Washington reporter Devin Dwyer, who's joining us on the phone. Devin, you listened to the oral arguments in this case earlier this week, and now the opinion confirming essentially what you wrote about and others did as well, that the court, the conservative-controlled court, seemed very skeptical of this. And I just want to read you one line from the opinion by the court saying that imposing a vaccine mandate on 84 million Americans, which this business mandate would have done in response to a worldwide pandemic, is simply not part of what this agency does. And speaking about the
so two things.
And speaking with who?
Health Agency. So tell us about this opinion and how it came down.
Okay,
Terry, it was 6.
So in short, again, the OSHA mandate was blocked. However, for healthcare workers, it's still a mandate. Just because they feel as if you're working very close with the public, and the transmission rates can go up through the hospital the most. And so they felt as if that made sense. And even Brett Kavanaugh, who we had several discussions about, right, sided with the more liberal side on not getting rid of that mandate. And then, of course, like Piper said, there are states like New York, California, who have heavy mandates.
Mm-hmm.
But because, again, that's on a state level, right?
Mm-hmm.
They felt as if from a federal level, that's for OSHA to try to impose that was too... them using too much power.
Yeah.
So I think it's very interesting. I think it's actually ironic, right? I think that they're in this situation, from my perspective, I've seen a lot of right-wing people and a lot of I don't want to say libertarians, but a segment of libertarians kind of connecting on this and feeling very mutual about the federal mandate. So it's always interesting to see where people like oppose, right? Where they are, on two different atmospheres when it comes to misogyny, when it comes to abortions, when it comes to race issues, when it comes to even COVID, right? But to see some of these people who think so opposite kind of come together and think the same, it's interesting to me. I don't know what you guys have to think about any of that.
Well, what was the reason to bring this story, just so I know, for the first place?
To talk about how the Supreme Court they didn't approve the mandates, the federal mandates.
Mm-hmm. And so what I guess what's interesting to me is they're gonna continue trying to put mandates, just because if you look in Europe, there's a lot of mandates, like in Canada and in Europe. I think right now the United States is a country where, like, a lot of countries won't let the people from the United States in, and where they are letting people in, they're making them stay, like, I know, like, for Canada you have to stay, it's pretty much 2 weeks. Like, I know they reduced it here down to, like, what was it, 5 to 10 days? But, like, in Canada, you still, like, if you go to Canada, you're
10
supposed
to
to
5 days, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, but you're supposed to, like, their mandate, you have to check in, and they have these, like, COVID hotels, basically, and they cost about, I think it's like $1,500 or $1,400 or whatever for your stay, and you're mandated to, like, go to those specific assigned COVID hotels, and you
If
have
you're
to stay
positive?
there. No, no, no. If you go to the country, so, like,
Oh,
just going to the country, like, from US, and
so
you
you can't just book any regular, like, any hotel of your choosing, basically.
you can, but you have to check in, like, let's say, like, you book your hotel, you like, oh, I'm gonna stay at, I don't know, Hilton or something, and they will call you in your room. Like, I know of a couple who got a phone call that was in their room and was like, y'all got to come check in, and they were like, damn, we only coming to Canada for the weekend, and they were like, nah, you gotta come do. They had to pay you the $1,500 for the COVID hotel. They had to go check into the COVID hotel for the 14 days, quarantine for the 14 days, and then once they're done, then they can go do their vacation, or whatever they want to do. And then this is mandated by the US, though, in Canada, and then or some agreement, and then when you come back, you're supposed to quarantine when you come back as well for the 14 days. You know what I mean? So different countries, Denmark has mandates, like, I know in Europe, France, UK, people are just breaking out and fighting each other over it. So it's not even just like that, the US is trying to do this. It's like pretty global, where, like, across the world, different countries are trying to do, like, uh countrywide, mandates. And it's interesting because, you know before they were saying that vaccinated meant like having the 2 shots, but now being vaccinated means also your booster. And it means that in New York City for sure. So I saw the New York City has where, like, I got an email because I'm enrolled at New York University. Um and in New York, basically, like, you can't be a visitor or go into any of the buildings or be a student, whether you go to NYU like campus, the one like in New York City, or if you go to any of their affiliate campuses, like in any of the other countries or anywhere else, and you must show your vaccination papers to enter the building. And vaccinated means that you've had also the booster. So fully vaccinated is 3 shots. It includes the 2 plus the booster. And you have to, like, if you don't have your booster, you have to show that you didn't qualify.
Have you guys seen that the EU warned that a booster shot could weaken your immune system or like exhaust it, compromise it?
Oh yeah.
So it's crazy that they're still pushing for that. And
yeah, New York City's on that, like full stop. I just got an
Have y'all
email.
seen New York City's new mayor?
Yes.
Nuts.
Did you see
Nuts.
SNL mock him?
No.
No. What did they mock him
Oh
about?
my God, man.
Wait. Are you changing the subject? Or are you? Okay.
I'm not, because in a way I am, but he's so funny because he wore a
hoodie.
Yeah. And he was talking about low skilled workers. Did you guys see
but
that?
that's a different subject. You just switched the subject, Brittany.
I didn't switch the subject. It's still the same topic.
Is it?
Yeah.
Sort of. I mean, I don't know.
Wait, go ahead, Brittany. What's the same topic?
The mayor. He's just crazy. I don't know. I'm glad I don't live there. That's all.
No, but what happened? Brittany just quit the show. We just lost our tech person. Brittany just quit the show. What happened, Brittany?
But yeah, he just wore this hoodie and he was saying that low skilled workers, like the people that work in Starbucks, the people that like work in Target, or people that aren't medical workers. I don't really exactly know exactly what he meant when he said that, but it was insulting either way.
Yeah, but y'all missed that. It's a different subject matter. That's a different topic, but it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, but he did say that he pissed a lot of people off when he was saying like the low skilled worker thing. Have you guys seen an apology from him? Let me go in here because I haven't seen where he apologized for saying that. Because I was looking for him. Let me see if the New York City's mayor, New York City mayor, did he apologize? I'm just looking this up about low skill worker. But tell me how that was related to what we were talking about though, because that's where y'all lost me.
Because it was on the topic of COVID, or what was the term that was coined last year? Essential workers, or in 2020, in reference to COVID. So.
Oh, because I thought we were talking about mandates.
We were talking about New York.
Oh, I see. So y'all okay? Because I was still talking about mandates, even though I mentioned New York, but I was still talking about it in the context of mandates. So let's see, low skilled worker. Did he apologize? Well, it says that he reacts to the criticisms. I see here. Oh, this is Biba. Shouts out to Biba Adams from Detroit. She wrote something in the Griot. And she said the New York Mayor Adams reacts to criticisms over comments about low skill workers and their academic background. So he had a press conference. He called for the banks to up their current timelines to return to in-office work. Currently, the staffers at JP Morgan and Citigroup are starting to work remotely due to the rising number of coronavirus cases. Let me see. He says my low skilled workers, cooks, dishwashers, messengers, shoe shine people, those that work in Dunkin' Donuts, they don't have the academic skills to sit in the corner office. They need this. But
and I don't think he apologized.
I'm looking for
I think
like,
he just tried to make an excuse for what he said, but he didn't say I'm sorry.
yeah, I'm looking for like, yeah, I don't see I don't see anything he said about an apology. Okay, then it says he went on CBS this morning and he addressed the criticism against him. And he said he wanted to clarify. He said the dishwashers, the workers in New York to whom he was referring, cannot work remotely. He said the goal is we need to open the city so that low wage employees are able to survive. He said that he too worked in a restaurant, and if people hadn't come in, he would not have been able to do his job. He said, so people are going to try to take everything I say and distort it. And he said, but I'm focused, I'm disciplined, and I'm grinding to bring my city back. So that's pretty much all you got right there. But yeah, he doubled down on he doubled down. He didn't apologize. So yeah.
Men, what's your misogyny rating for that?
Huh. Yeah, that is an ego, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just to not just be like, ah man, yeah, that wasn't cool what I said, and I apologize. How hard would that have been? That would have been terrible, huh? I don't know. I guess he couldn't. I don't know, y'all. We might have to end the show because we lost Brittany. So yeah, I don't know what happened, but I guess we'll have to come back next week. So we'll have to tune out and we'll have to see you guys next week. So all right. Peace, y'all. See you next week.